Hi. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining the session. Thank you. Sorry for the delay for the 3 minutes. So due to some technical glitch, we got delayed. So we'll be starting off the session in a couple of minutes, around 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, as there are a few more people who are joining the session. Okay, we'll make a couple of minutes more. Thank you. Right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining the session. So I hope everyone is doing great today. Okay, so I'm back today as it's Thursday. So for all the people who don't know me, so this is Javed and I'm working as a senior product specialist at Keka. So today I would be making you walk through the process and best practices of setting up the leave management in Keka. We also have Miss Vaishnavi today in the background who would be helping you on the queries over the chat. Okay. So today, before getting into the leave management system, let me brief about what is leave actually. So basically, leave is a platform where you manage, where an employee manages, where an employee can apply for time of requests such as vacation, holidays, sick leave, and parental leave, or any such leave whenever needed when you just want to go off the work. Okay, so for managing this activity of leave, so there are certain key features on Keka. So let me just brief on that as well. So in today's session, we will be discussing on the key features such as leave accrual based on experience in Keka. So restricting employees to apply leave under probation. Okay, restricting employees to apply leave past dated or future dated. Okay, and sandwich policy for holiday and week offs, and restricting the number of consecutive leaves that can be taken in a week, in a month, or in a quarter. So that can be done. So we also have leave carry forward during the year end processing. Okay, so whenever the leave year is getting ended, so you can also carry forward or encash those leaves, okay, of the employees. So employee would be able to apply for leave. He can check his leave balance. He can request for comp off. So all these settings can be configured, and we also have certain different reports as well in this. Okay. Right. So Vaishnavi would be adding up the handouts in the handouts column. Okay, so you would be able to just refer to the document. Okay, so before getting into the session with a demo account, let me just uh, go with a presentation what I have for this session. Okay, just give me a couple of minutes. So, so as soon as this file gets uploaded, so I'll just share you my screen so that we can go one after the other. It's getting uploaded, 60% done. Right. Download the handouts. Let me just confirm so that we can just go into the session. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much for confirmation. So let me just quickly share my screen. Are you able to view my screen now? Yes, thank you. You are able to view my screen? Cool. Right. So today we will be discussing on the leave management. So how do we manage leaves module in the KEKA? Okay. So as I mentioned, we will be discussing on these key features. So these are the different key features what we have on KEKA. So leave accrual based on experience. Okay. So we'll be going in depth options wise. So we can set up the leave accrual based on experience, like if the employee's provision is not completed, if you want to accrue the leave or not, so we can manage those activities. So restricting employees to apply leave under provision. Let's assume if you don't want to allow employees to apply leave who are still yet to complete their provision period, so you can also manage those settings. Okay, so you can also manage the prior and past dated leave restrictions. So in KEKA, you can also manage, like if the employee want to apply for past dated and you don't want to allow that settings. So you can manage that settings, like employee wouldn't be able to apply for the past dated. So how many prior days notice you require for applying a leave. So you can also manage those settings. Okay. So next key feature would be sandwich policy for holiday and week off. Okay. So let's assume whenever a holiday or week off in the between of two leaves. Okay, let's assume you have taken Friday and Monday as a leave. You have taken a leave of Friday and Monday. So whether you want to consider Saturday and Sunday as a leave in this case, or you just want to consider that as a week off. So it again depends on organization whether you want to consider it as a sandwich or not. So if you consider it as a sandwich, then what happens is that Friday to Monday would be considered as 4 days of leave. Okay, same applies for holiday as well. Let's assume if you have taken a leave on uh, Monday and Tuesday and Thursday, and Wednesday is a holiday for your company. Okay, so in that case, whether you want to consider that holiday as a sandwich or not. So it again depends on organizations whether they want to consider it or not. Okay, so the next interesting option would be restricting on number of consecutive leaves. Okay, so how many number of consecutive days of leave that can be taken. So it can be a week, in a month, or in a quarter. So it depends again. Okay, so leave carry forward during the year end processing. So while doing the year end processing, what do you want to do? So many of the companies will be doing the carry forward, and few companies will be opting like nullify and make it zero. So again, so we'll be going in depth on these options while we are going to the demo account. So employee can check his leave balance. He can request for leave, and reporting managers or admins would be able to view different reports on that as well. Okay. So the topics which we were going to be discussed on this particular session would be, so how do we set up a leave plan and what are the different options that includes and different criteria and a different set of rules and different set of rules that can be configured. Okay. So the next option would be assigning leave plan to employees. How do we assign a leave plan to a particular employee for at an individual level? Okay, so the next option would be bulk assigning to employees. Okay, how do we assign leave plan to bulk for the employees? Okay, so best practices, that means how do we configure in the best way for the leave management, we'll be discussing on that part as well. Okay, so so what are the steps that that are involved in the leave plan setup? Okay, so there are 7 different steps that that would be configured during the leave setup. That is, first would be the leave quota. Okay, so second would be leave accrual settings. So third step would be the applying for leave. Fourth would be the leave restrictions. Fifth would be the holidays and week off. Sixth would be the leave approval. Seventh would be the year-end processing. So once you complete all the different 7 steps of settings in the leave setup, so your leave plan is ready to assign and apply for leave. Okay. So in the first setup, you would be you just need to navigate to time at 10. Okay, so you would be navigating to time at 10. You will click on leave plan. Okay, so once you click on leave plan, so you would be getting an option to add leave plan. Okay, so people who are unable to view my screen properly, okay, so we'll be going in depth in the module wise presentation. Okay, no need to worry if you are not able to view. So even you have this presentation I've shared you over the chat. Okay, so this is just an explanation, like a brief point of explanation on every step. Okay, so you would be able to view it from time and leave plan and leave plans, where you be able to view all the leave plans, leave types. Okay, so once you click on add leave plan, so a dialog box would be open where you need to give the leave plan and from when your leave calendar starts from. Okay, so once you give that particular data, a leave plan would be created. So for that, you can select the leave types which are required. So once you click on setup leave type, so the first page, as I mentioned, there are 7 different steps that need to be configured during a leave setup. The first step would be the leave quota, where you would be giving the what is the annual quota, can employee apply beyond the leave quota or not. Okay, so can reporting manager award compo for this leave type? So all these settings can be configured in the leave quota. Okay, so in the second step of the leave approval, where you will be configuring, like how do you give the leave quota to the particular employee. So in the previous step we have given the leave quota. Let's assume if you have given the leave quota as 12, how do you give the approval to that employee? Okay, so if you want to give it all the leave balance at a once, you can give that, or you can give it accrual based on his experience, or you can do like quarterly, half yearly, or yearly leave approval. Second page. In the third step, you can check like for the leave, applying for leave. Okay, so will you allow applying for a half day? Yes or no? So if you want to allow employee to see this leave type and apply for the leave, yes or no? So you can manage all those activities. Okay, will you allow backdated employee to apply for backdated leaves? So you can manage that setting as well in this particular page. So leave restrictions. So whoever is not clear about all the options, don't no worries. I will go in depth in the demo. Okay. So in the fourth step, we will be configuring the leave restrictions. Like what are the, like a new, how can the new joinee can apply? How many number of consecutive days can it take in a go, or how many leaves can be taken in a month? Okay, whether an employee notice period can apply for this leave or not, can manager override the leave restrictions, can apply for this leave or not? So we can manage those activities. So as I mentioned, sandwich policy. So the sandwich policy can be configured in the fifth step, which is holidays and week offs. Whether you want to consider holiday or week off to be considered as a leave when there is a leave in between the days. Okay. So in the sixth step, it would be the leave approval. So whenever the leave has been requested, how do you want to manage that leave? Okay, in the last step, it would be the year-end processing. So in the year-end processing, what happens to the leave balance at the end of the year? So do you carry forward for a for after, does carry forward expire for a certain time, after a certain time? So what happens to the negative balance? Okay, so you can manage all these activities in the seventh step, right? So apart from the leave types which have been showing in the leave plan, if you want to create a complete different leave plan, so you can navigate to time attend, leave plan, and leave types, where you can click on add leave type. So there you can give the leave plan name, sorry, leave type name. So then you can select all these set of rules which are required. Okay, so the next option would be the initial adjustments. So whenever you want to do a consume leave balance or carry over leave balance or available leave balance, so you can do it from this particular page, that is time attend leave plan and initial adjustments. Okay, so all the leave related tabs would be available under the time attend leave plans. Okay, no need to navigate to any different page. So that is the best feature, like all the important features that are required for a particular module are under the single page. Okay, so I suggest you, whenever you have any initial adjustment that to be made, please take help of the customer support of Keka. So before doing this imports, because the differences would differ in some cases. So I suggest you take an expert advice from the Keka support. Okay, so assigning leave plan to employees. So if you are doing for an individual employee level, so you need to navigate to employee job profile, then you will click on employee time and you will click on edit. So once you click on edit, so you will be navigated to this particular dialog box where you will be giving new plan and effective from. If you want to give it from his joining date, so you will be giving him in his joining date. Okay, so bulk assign, so this tab would be available under org dashboard, import employee job details, where you would be assigning the leave plan to employees in a bulk. Okay, so if the employee want to view his leave plan and like what is the policy says, he can navigate to uh, his profile, time, leave, and he can, in the right side, he would be having the option of apply leave if you want to apply leave. And if you want to give the leave policy explanation, you need to click on that box. So once you click on that box, he would be able to view what are the different leave types that has been assigned to him and a brief complete explanation of the settings that we have made. Okay, so if an individual employee wants to apply for the leave, he would be clicking on particular dates, he would be selecting particular dates, and they will be clicking on select leave type. So once the request has been made, it would be going for the approval of his reporting manager. So we also have few reports under time attend reports, where he would where an employee where an reporting manager would be able to give all the employee leave requests, unplanned leave, leave balance of employees, leave balance of relieved employees, leaves consumed, employee with negative leave balance. All these reports would be able to give for the employees. Okay, so that was my presentation. So as we are done with the presentation, let's move on to the a demo account. Okay, okay, can we just move to the demo settings? Like we can just go ahead. Can anyone just put on yes if you are clear so far? Okay, thank you so much. Sure. So I'll just quickly share my screen. Give me a minute. Right. So you are able to view my screen now. Sorry for troubling, but I just need a confirmation. Right. Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. So right. So for managing the leave activity, so one has to navigate to time attend leave plan. Okay. So all the leave activities would be managed under this particular tab. Okay. So so here you would be able to view what are the leave plans you have created. and what are the different leave types you have for the particular leave plan, and what's the annual quota, and how are you calculating the accrual for that particular leave type, and what happens at the end of the year. So these are like very major settings that we require. So whenever a leave setting has been made, okay, so in the next tab you would be able to view like who are all the employees have been assigned with a particular leave type, leave plan. Okay, right. So if the year-end processing has been completed, so you'll be able to view the results. I think this is a very important step whenever in this particular month, since it's December. So by the end of this month, everyone would be going on with the year-end processing. For year-end processing, we'll be having a separate session as well, so that it makes your work easier, right? Okay, so let's click on add leave plan and just proceed with. So I'll just name it as webinar leave plan, or let's name it standard leave plan. So I'll just copy the same in my description. So I say my leave calendar year starts from Jan 2020. Okay. So here it would be asking for two different options. So in the leave calendar year starts from. Okay. So here it would be like two different cases. Like few of the organizations would be opting for April to March, and few would be opting from Jan to December. Okay. So it depends on organization to organization. Let's assume if your organization follows from Jan to December, so you can select it as Jan. So you may have a question like, why is it important to select the leave calendar year? So it is important because of whenever you are completing your year-end processing and for the leave accruals as well. So the leave calendar year is very important for that case. Okay. So moving on the next option, which is show leave policy explanation generated by KCA. Okay. So whether you employee should be able to view the leave policy explanation for all the leave types or no. Okay. So if you want employee to view this leave policy explanations, so you can select that as yes. Okay. So if you don't want to show, and if you want to upload a custom leave policy document what you have, so you can do it as well. So as of now, since I don't have any custom leave policy document, so I'll just click on show leave policy explanation generated by KCA to employee. So I'll just click on save. Right. So my leave plan has been created. For that particular leave plan, I need to assign leave types. Okay. So how do we assign leave types? So I'll just search for that leave plan. Right. So we have it standard LP. So here we will see that no leave type has been assigned yet. So we'll just click on these three dots and we'll click on assign leave type. Right. So as soon as you click on assign leave type, a box would be shown up where you would be selecting like what are the different leave types that your company would be falling under. So as of now, I'll just select one leave type, which is casually. Right. Oh my God, so many leave types. Okay. So I'll just click on save. Right. So my leave plan is added. Leave type is added. So if you feel like there is no leave type which you felt like it should be here, so you can click on leave types for adding a new leave type which is not yet part of the KCA. So if you have any different leave type, so let's assume if you want to create a different leave type which is an election day or such, you can create it. For any leave type, a code is very mandatory field. So I'll just say ECD. So show leave description while applying leave. So whether you want to show or no, it's up to you. So a dialog box would be shown to the employee whenever he's trying to apply. So whether it is a paid leave or a sick leave, so you can select again as per your settings. So whether if you want to restrict it as gender, let's assume if it's a maternity leave, it would be restricted to females. Okay. So in that case, if you want to restrict this particular leave type, you can also restrict. So if you don't want to restrict, you can just ignore that option. So if you want to have any restrict to employees having marital status, okay, so let's assume if it is an like wedding day leave. So let's assume if any employee wants to take a wedding day leave, you can also manage those settings. So if you want to say restrict employees having married. So if any employee who is not yet married and is applying for wedding day leave, system doesn't allow, saying that you are not yet married, such. Okay. So list of reasons. You can also list out some reasons for that. Okay. Without, we'll just rename it as election day. So this is how you create a leave plan, sorry, leave type. Okay, so we'll just quickly go back again to that particular page, standard leave plan. Okay, so as soon as you add the leave type for the particular leave plan, in actions, a box would be shown up as setup. Okay, so setup in the sense what are the different steps that need to be configured for this particular leave plan, leave type. Okay, okay, so are we clear so far? Am I going fast? You want me to be a little bit slow? Okay, great. Right. So let's repeat me the option which I've shown you just now. So once you click on this setup, so a page would be shown up with 7 different steps that need to be completed for setting up this particular leave type. Right. So the first option. So as soon as you click on this setup step, there are 7 different steps. The first step contains of the leave quota. Okay. So the first step, the first setting would be the what is the leave quota of casual leave days for an employee. Okay. So what would the annual quota for this particular leave type? So I say 12 a year. Okay. So let's assume if you don't want to keep any restriction for this particular leave type, an employee can apply for multiple leaves. So you can select it as unlimited so that no such settings would be done. So I say limited 12 days per year. Okay. So per year, the employee would be getting 12 days of leave. The next setting would be, can an employee apply for leave beyond the annual quota? Okay. So in this setting is for whether the employee can apply for beyond the 12 balance which we have credited. Okay. So again, this is again up to the organization whether they want to allow it or not. So if you want to allow it, you can select on, you can select it as yes. If you don't want to allow, you can select it as no. So as soon as you select yes, right, it would be asking like how many days in a year can employee apply. So you say 12 or you can say 14. So it again depends. So as of now, I will select no. Employee cannot exceed the annual quota, right? So right. So the next option is no leave quota is allocated in the joining month if the employee joins after dash month dash day of the month. Okay. So if you don't want to allow if the employee joins on 28th, if you don't want to accrue for that particular month, so you can use this option. Like, so let's assume if the employee joins 27 and you don't want to give the benefit of that particular month, if you don't want to give leave balance for that particular month, so you can select as 27. Okay. So if you want to give leave, if you are allocating all the 12 days at a time, so you can leave this option. Okay. So can reporting manager award casual leave credits to his reportees? So again, it would be depending upon the organizations whether, so what happens is that whenever the employee is requested for a comp off, okay, so whether this leave type should be shown in the drop down or not. Okay, so you can select it as yes or no depending upon the requirement. So as of now, I'll select no. So I'll just click on save and continue. Okay, so are we clear on the first page settings on the leave quota? Right. Thank you. Right. So once we are done with the first page setting, we'll move to the next page, which is leave accrual. Right. So the first option, which would be the leave accrual. So how is available leave balance of an employee calculated? Okay. So how do you allocate the leave accrual which has happened to that particular employee? So when we go back to the previous page, we have given the leave balance per year as 12. Okay, so how do you allocate that particular leave balance of 12 to that particular employee? Okay, so few organization would be allocating 12 at a time. So let's assume if the employee joins in Feb, if the employee joins in March, or employee joins in Jan. So irrespective of the joining date, okay, so they would be allocating all the 12 leaves at a time. Okay, so while coming to the few cases, people would be allocating quarterly, half yearly, or quarterly, half yearly, or monthly. Okay, so in this case I would be saying that I'll be going on with quarterly on first of the for every quarter. So if I select this option, what happens is that on Jan 1st I would be allocated with with quarter with 3 leaves. Again in March, in April I would be allocated with 3 leaves. Okay, so if we like just assume if I take it half yearly, so what happens is that 6 would be allocated in me to me in Jan. Again other half would be allocated again in July, on July 1st. Okay, so this is how it works. So I'll just select entire annual quota can be availed anytime during the year. Okay, right. So the next option is what happens to the leave quota when an employee joins company in the middle of the leave calendar year. Right. So this is a pretty very interesting setting. Right. So what happens to the leave quota when an employee joins in the middle of the company? So what do you do in that cases? Okay. So many of the organizations have seen that no change in annual quota, employee gets full quota regardless of his joining date. Okay. So without having any uh, connection with his joining date, many organizations would be giving the leave quota for that particular cycle. Okay, so if you want to just prorate based on his joining date, okay, so let's assume if the employee joined in April, okay, so if you don't want to allocate the leaves which got accrued for Jan, Feb, March, so you can select this option like prorate based on the joining date. Right. Okay, so we also have an example. Let's go with an example of that. So if an employee joins in between a leave calendar, the leave will be prorated and allocated accordingly. So we also have an example for that. So if an annual quota is 12, as we have given it as 12, and employee is joining on 16th June, okay, so the prorated leave allocation will be 6.5 for the remaining year. Okay, so if the employee joins on 1st July, he will be getting 6 leave. Okay, so he will be not getting for the past accruals. So he will be not getting any past accruals for that particular year. Right. So when applying for a leave, if the leave balance is in decimal, do you want to round off balance for the purpose of leave application, or you don't want to round off? Okay. So again, it depends in an organization wise. Okay. Let's assume if you given monthly accrual as zero point 0.4 or 0.67, 0.677. So what do you do? What do you want to do in such cases? Okay, whenever an employee is applying for a leave. So I see that many companies would be around. They don't use this option. Like they don't want to round off the decimals. They just want to show the accurate values for their employees. Okay. So what happens with this option is employees will not be able to consume leave if they don't have the sufficient leave balance. Okay. So if the employer wants to apply for a full day leave, that means 1 day, okay, and his employee leave balance is 0.67, okay. So in this case, we don't allow employee to apply for leave, okay, so that he doesn't get any benefit of that. Right. So there are few more different options, which is round off to the nearest half, next nearest half day, nearest full day, or next available half day, or next available full day, or previous available half day. Right. So if you will just go in deep of that, okay, so a balance of 2 will be rounded off to 0, so it would be the nearest next half. Okay, so a balance of 0.3 will be rounded off to 0.5, which is the next nearest half. Right. So this is how it works. Right. So the next round off to nearest full day. Okay, so a balance of 0 point would be rounded off to 0, and a balance of 0.5 or more, okay, will be rounded off to 1. If it is less than 0.5, or it's like 0.49 or 0.46, okay, it will be rounded off to 0. Okay, so round off to next available half day. If the balance is 0.1, the next available half day would be 0.5. Okay, if the balance is 0.6, the next nearest half day would be the 1. It will be rounded off to 1. Okay, the next available full day. If the balance is 0.1, then the next nearest round off value would be 1. As I believe that many organizations doesn't opt the option because it would be giving lot of lenience to that employees. Okay, so round off to the previous available half day. If it is a 2.1 or 2.4, it round offs to 2. If it is 2.6 to 2.9, it would be rounded off to 2.5. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so does the leave credit expires after some time? Okay, so let's assume if you availed or given any comp off to that particular employee, or any manual credits happen to that particular employee. Okay, so if you want to expire those leave credit, like let's assume if you have awarded leave to this particular employee today, and if you want to just expire those leave type in 60 days, so that employers to take that particular leave in 60 days. Okay, so these cases would be work whenever we are awarding any comp for that particular leave type. Okay, so as of now I say no leave do not expire. So if you select this option, the next option would be yes, will expire after I'll say 30 days. So within a month, the employee has to use his leave balance. Okay. So can we move on to the next step, which is applying for leave? Can we just confirm if you are clear? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. The next page would be the applying for leave. Okay. Right. So whenever you click on this third step, when you as soon as you navigate to the third step, the first step would be the allow applying for a half day. Okay. So whether you want to allow this particular leave type of casual leave, whether this leave type can be availed half day or yes or no. Okay. So again, it depends to organization. So whether the employee can apply for a half day or not. So I say yes. Okay, so I'll allow an employee to see and apply for this particular leave type. Okay, so what happened is that if there is any special leave type, many of the organization doesn't allow employee to apply for this particular leave type. Okay, and they will be saying that the reporting manager would be able to give and he can apply on their behalf. Okay, so in such cases you can select this option as no. So what happens is that employee cannot apply by themselves, and HR manager or a reporting manager can apply on their behalf. Okay, so once you select this option as no, so what happens is that employee would not be able to view. HR manager need to go to his profile, or reporting manager, he needs to navigate to his profile. He needs to click on leave, then he would be able to apply for this particular leave type. Okay, so if you select the first option, which is yes, employee can see and able to apply for his leave, right? So then the next option would be the like how many days prior notice is required to apply for this particular leave. Okay, right. So if the duration is more than how many days, let's assume if the duration is more than 5 calendar days, I need at least 3 calendar days of notice, and in that it should contain 3 working days. Okay, so if the duration is more than 5 calendar days, I need 3 calendar days notice, and then in that it should include 3 working days. Okay, so if you feel like you doesn't require any prior notice, so you can just say 1, you can say 0, and you can give it a 0. So any no prior request is required in such cases. Okay, so if the employee wants to take leave today, he can also apply leave. So if you want to restrict such cases, you can select this option. Okay, so how early can apply for this particular leave? Okay, the earlier setting was for more than how many days, and this is for a single leave. Okay, how early can an employee apply for this particular leave type? Okay, so leave request must be made sooner, how many days prior? If you say 5 days, you can select it as 5 day. So if you feel like you doesn't require any prior notice, so you can select it as no. Okay. So the next option would be check restrictions that are applicable for backdated leave application. Okay. So many of the organizations wouldn't be opting this option, which is allowing employee to apply for the past dated, because many organizations feel like every leave should be planned. Okay. For this particular leave type. Okay. So there may be some sick or any leaves that need to be taken that can't be expected. Okay, so in such cases you can select this option like employee can apply for past dated but not beyond more than I just say 2 days. Okay, so he can just come back to office and he can apply for the 1st December today. Okay, so you can select this option. Okay, so if you have anything related, so if you have anything related to payroll, you can select this option. So do not allow do not allow applying for past dated leave after 26, or you can give any of your payroll date by giving you the buffer as well. Okay, so let's assume if your payroll date is on 24, you can give it as 20th. Okay, so what happens is that you will employees wouldn't be allowed to apply leave after 20th of the 20th 20th of the every month. Okay, right. Right. So the next option would be that does this leave require a comment? Okay. So whenever the employee is requesting for a leave, whether you require a comment or not. So you can select it as yes or no. So as of now, I say require yes. So they require a document proof or attachment for extended days of leave. So again, it depends upon the organization whether they want an proof for this particular leave type or not. So as of now, I say yes. Yes, requirement require an attachment if the leave exceeds 10 days. So let's assume if the employee wants to take more than 10 days of casual leave. So I just need a proof like why does he require those many days of leave for a casual day? Okay, casual leave. Okay, so he needs to submit a proof, either it can be a document or attachment, any such. Okay, so these are the following settings in the particular page which is applying for leave. So are we clear on this particular page? Right. Right. So we'll move on to the next page, which is leave restrictions. So how do you restrict employees for applying their leaves? Okay. So there are certain settings here. Okay. So a new joinee apply can a new joinee apply for a leave, right? So how can when can the new joinee apply for a leave for this particular leave type? Okay, so you can select it as 0 days from provision ends, or as soon so this setting would be like as soon as the employee completes his provision, then the employee would be able to apply. Let's assume if the employee's provision is for 90 days, so from the 91st day the employee would be able to apply for this leave. Okay, so if you don't want to make the setting, and then the employee would be, if you want to allow employee to apply from his joining date, you can select this option, which is 0 days from the joining. Okay, so as of now I say 0 days from the provision ends. Okay, so is there a limit on the number of consecutive days that can be taken? Okay, so this set of rules would work like whenever the employee wants to take consecutively 3 to 4 days, and you don't want to allow such activities, and you want to allow like employee only take 2 days of this leave type in a week or in a month, you can restrict such activities. Okay, so I say yes, maximum limit of consecutive days that can be taken are 2. Okay, 2 days of casual leave can be taken consecutively. Okay, so if the employee is applying for 3 days of consecutive leaves, then the system doesn't allow him to apply. Okay, so is there a limit on the maximum number of leaves balance that can be availed in a month? Okay, so let's assume if the employee took 2 days of leave for first and second, okay, that's completed. So if the employee wants to take again on third and fourth, then the system allows. So in that cases, if you want to restrict such cases as well, so you can select it as yes. employee is restricted to avail maximum of 4 days in a month. So that employee wouldn't be able to apply more than 4 days in a month, right? So the next option would be, can an employee in notice period apply for this leave? Okay, so let's assume if the employee is in notice period, whether you want to allow employee to apply for this leave type or not. Okay, so you can select it as yes or no depending upon your requirement. So many of the organizations select it as no, so that employee would be working in the complete notice period for the 90 days, right? So a few organization would be opting it as yes. So here we also have a setting like, if the employee notice period consume this particular leave type, okay, so then the notice period get extended dash times the actual leave days. Okay, so let's assume the employee's last working day is on 31st of December. Okay, and in between the notice period, if he has taken any leave of this particular leave type, then I say 1 day would be extended. Okay, so what happens is that then the last working day would be becoming as 1st of Jan. Then the employee would be working till 1st of January. Okay, right. Right. The next option would be, can manager override leave restrictions and apply leave? Okay. So due to some restrictions like of this number of leaves that can be availed or number of consecutive leaves, based on the above settings, if any time if the employee is unable to apply for the leave, okay, so can a reporting manager override the leave settings and can apply for this leave? Okay. So I suggest to select it as no, because it would be against the rules of the company. Okay, so if it is okay in your organization that manager can override the leave restrictions, you can select it as yes. So I suggest you to select it as no, right? Right. So the next option would be the check all restrictions you would like to apply on the number of leave instructions request. Okay, so enforce a gap between two consecutive leave requests. Okay, so if the employee took this particular leave type of casual leave on 3rd of December, okay, again he should not be able to apply 10 calendar days. Okay, till 10 calendar days, that means till 30th of December he shouldn't be applying. Okay, so you can set these settings again depending upon your requirement. So do not allow more than dash instances in a leave calendar. Okay, so if you don't want to allow more than 10 in a leave calendar year, so you can also select this particular settings. Okay, so do not allow more than dash requests in a particular calendar month. So it again gives you an option where you can select how many consecutive day, how many leave requests that can be made in a particular month. Okay, so do not allow more than dash instances in entire tenure. So in employees entire tenure, so how many leaves that can be taken. So I just suggest this requirement is not required, like very few organizations would be opting this particular feature. Okay, so do not avail less than dash days of leave in a single instance when total leave balance is greater than or equal to dash. Okay, so let's assume if you don't want to allow employee, if the leave balance of employees more than 18 days. Okay, so if you don't want to allow employee to apply for half day leaves. Okay, so you can set this setting. Okay, it says 1 day. Okay, so if you don't want to allow less than 1 day of leave, okay, in a single instance when total leave balance is 18. Okay, so I suggest many of these organizations don't opt this option because they don't want to restrict like or give an option to apply leave for these employees, because they want their employees to be working for them. Okay, so restrict employees from applying leave for dash day, for the particular month. Okay, so after 26th of every month the employee wouldn't be able to apply for the past dated, right? So if you don't want to allow employee to apply for the past dated after 26th of every month, so you can select this option. Okay, okay, right. So check all restrictions you would like to enforce in relation with other leave types. Okay, so if you don't want to allow this particular leave, okay, to be taken with particular different leave types. So let's assume you have taken first and second as a sick leave. Okay, so if you want to take casual leave on third and you don't want to allow employee to do so, so you can select this option. So you can select it as this leave cannot be taken along with other leave types. You can select the different leave types. Okay, so you can select also the next option, which is this leave is not available when there is a balance in other leave types. If you feel like the employee needs to complete other leave types before getting into this particular get before applying to this particular leave type, so you can select this option. Let's assume if there is a balance in employees sick leave, there is a sick leave of balance 10, and still the employer wants to apply for casual leave, and you don't want to allow employee to do so, you can select this option. Okay, so this is of the leave restrictions page and all the settings in this particular page. So are we clear on this particular page? Oh shit. Just give me a couple of minutes. Huh? The session got logged up. Just 2 minutes, I'll be back. Screen. I just suggest you to just hold on. Right. Can you please confirm if you're able to view my screen? Right. Great, great, great. Really sorry for the delay. Sorry for the inconvenience in between. My session got expired unexpectedly. Let's, without any delay, let's just complete the setup process. So I'll just click on next. We have completed all the steps. Right. Right. So are we clear so far till the leave restrictions? Can we move on to the next step, which is holidays and week off? Can you just confirm quickly? Sorry for the trouble. Right. Thank you. Right. Okay. The next option would be the holidays and week off. Right. So what happens whenever a holiday or week off is in between two leaves? Okay, so this is very bit tricky. Let's go it very slow. Right. Okay. So if your company has no sandwich policy settings, so you can just ignore these settings. Okay. So if your company follows sandwich policy, okay, so first setting would be yes. Okay. Holiday accompanying leave is treated as leave when total number of leave includes, I'll just say, one. Okay. So if the leave request is more than one leave, okay, so then the sandwich comes into the place. Okay. So when does the sandwich apply? Okay. So there are 5 different cases where the sandwich would be applying. Okay, so the first option would be if holidays right between two leave days. Okay, so let's assume if you are taking a holiday on, sorry, if the holidays, sorry, really sorry, right. So if the leave request is on Friday, sorry, if the leave request is on Tuesday and Thursday, okay, and Wednesday is a holiday for you. Okay, let's assume it's any Republic Day or Independence Day or any such day. Okay, so if the leave request is between a holiday, the Tuesday is a leave and Thursday is a leave. Okay, so what happens to the holiday in between that particular leave types in such cases? So if you want to select that day also is an leave, if you want to consider that day as also as an leave, so you will be selecting this first option, which is if holiday is right between two leave days. So what happens in that case is holiday is sandwiched between leave days. Okay. So when it is right between two leave days. Okay. So the next option is if leave day is right before a holiday. Okay. So let's assume if you have not applied for Thursday and you have just applied for Tuesday. So what happens is that if the leave request is for Tuesday and Wednesday is off for you. Okay. So what happens in this case is only Tuesday and Wednesday would be considered. Okay. So because the leave setting says if the leave days right before a holiday. Okay. Right. So the next option is if the leave day is right after a holiday. Okay. So when it is Wednesday, when Wednesday is a holiday and Thursday is a working day for you, and you are putting on leave for the Thursday, and you want to just take a rest for that particular day, and if you want to consider that day as Wednesday as sandwich, so this would be the option if leave day is right after a holiday. So what happens is that 2 days would be considered as a leave. Okay, right. So the next option would be if leave days before or after or in between a holiday. Okay, so all the first three options would be combining the fourth option, which is if leave days before, between, or after. Okay, right. So the next option would be like this is the new option recently which got few months back. Sorry. Right. So this is a new option which we got recently, which is if leave days between holidays. Okay. So let's assume you have a holiday on Tuesday and you have a holiday on Thursday. So what happens when you take a leave on Wednesday? Okay. So if the employer wants to take a vacation of 3 days, when he got a working day between two holidays, whether they want to take a leave. So, okay, what happens in that case? Does sandwich policy apply or not? Okay, so in this case, what happens is that both the holidays which were allocated for that particular employee would be considered as leave. Okay, because we are considering it as if the leave days between two different holidays. Okay, so I'll be selecting the first option, right? So with the holidays right between two leave days. Okay, right. So the next option it is do not consider holiday accompanying half day. Okay, right. So whenever you take a half day for the particular day, if you have taken as half day on the particular Tuesday and you're working, you have worked in the first half and you're applying for the half day in the second half, whether you want to consider sandwich or not. So it again depends upon the organization. So if you don't want to consider, you can select it as no. So that so that sandwich would not be will not be applicable for the half days. Okay, right. So this is about the settings of the sandwich policy when it is a holiday, right? So we'll move to the next option, which is when a week off is adjoining a leave, right? So the options would be the same, so the days would be differing, right? So I say one calendar day, right? Yes. So the first option would be if week off is right between two leave days. Okay. So I will just take an example like if the employees working days are shift days are from Monday to Friday, and his week off is on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so what happens to that? Let's assume if the employer has taken leave on Friday and Monday. Okay, so in this case, what happens is that both the Saturday and Sunday would also be considered as leave. In the first case, if we select the first case, if he's taking leave on Friday and Monday, then all the 4 days would be considered as leave, which are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because we are allocating sandwich, right? So while coming to the second option, which is if leave day is right before a week off. Okay, so if the leave day is right before a week off, okay, so if the leave day is right before a week off, right? So when the week off is on Saturday and Sunday, and if the employee is applying for leave on Friday, then only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be considered as leave. Okay. So here 3 days would be considered as leave. Though is applying for Monday, still the system considers 3 days, because as we are selecting the first option with as we are selecting the option as right before a week off. Okay, so if you want to select as right after a week off, which is Monday, if your week off is on Saturday and Sunday, then only Monday would be considered as a sandwich. Okay, Saturday and Sunday and Monday. If you are taking on if you are selected this option, and if you are taking a leave on Friday, then the sandwich doesn't apply, because the leave you have taken is right before a week off. Okay, and the setting you have made is right after a week off. Okay, right. So the next option is combine the first three option, which is before or after or in between. Okay, so the next option, which is if leave days between week offs. Okay, so let's assume if you have any rotational shift or any different week off settings, like some companies would be having different week offs like Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday. Okay, many telecom companies would be having this activity for doing a rotational shifts. Okay, so in such cases, if you have any Tuesday and Thursday as a week off, and if you take Wednesday as a leave, so in that case 3 days would be considered as a leave for that, and sandwich would be applied. Okay, right. Again, the next option would be do not consider week of accompanying half day leave. If you select this option, half day leave would not be considered as a week off, as a sandwich for this particular day. So do you want to clap sandwich across leave types? Okay, so if you want to combine the different leave types and make it as a sandwich, you can select it as yes. So I suggest you to go it as no, because it again creates a problem for many of the employees whenever they are applying for different leave types, and they will get confused if a sandwich applies, and it would be very harsh to manage the settings, right? So I suggest you to go it as select it as no. Okay, right. So are we clear so far about this holidays and week off, so that we can move on to the next step, which is leave approval? Sorry. Yes. Right. Thank you. Right. So the next option would be the leave approval. So whenever the leave has been requested for by a particular employee, so whether you want to have an approval chain for that or not. Okay, so with this setting, what happens is that whenever the employee has been request for leave, let's assume I as a employee request for a leave. Okay, so whether you want an approval chain or not, so you can also set multiple level of approval chain as well if you have. So, or you can have only single level of approval chain as well. Okay, so what happens is that as soon as the reporting manager approves, the approval would be going for the department head, then the L2 manager. Okay, so then a sequence level of approval chain would be involved. If you don't want to if you don't want any approval chain, if you want to get it auto approved, you can select it as no. Okay, so the next two options are if the approver is not yet registered on KEKA. So let's assume if the employee is allocated with a new reporting manager and is not yet registered on KEKA. So what happened is that particular leave, So if you want to get it auto approved, you can select it as auto approved. Okay. So the next option would be the pause sending of email notification for each request that has been raised or approved. Okay. So if you don't want to send any auto emails for every request that has been made or approved for the approver, so you can enable this settings. What happens is that whenever the request is made or approved, the reporting manager doesn't get any email on that. Okay. Right. So are we clear on this approval level settings? Right. Cool. Okay. So the last option is pretty interesting. So which is the year-end processing. Okay. So what happens to the leave balance at the end of the year? Okay. So well, end of the year, which is December, or for a few cases it would be the March. Okay. So what happens to the balance? Okay. So here we have 5 different options. The first option would be the all leave balance expire or get reset. Okay. So what happens is that, let's assume in the first case you have a leave balance of 5. Okay, so you don't want to carry forward any of the leave balance, and you want to reset to 0 in following to the next year. So you can select the first option, which happens is though the employee has the leave balance is 5 or 12 or 1 or 10, still the balance in the next year would be the 0 in the beginning. Okay, so the next option would be the all leave balance get paid to the employee. Okay, so if you want to pay to that particular employee, all the leave balance for that particular employee would be paid for that particular employee while the year-end processing has been done. Okay, right. So the next option is all leave balances get carry forwarded to the next year. Okay, so whenever the leave balance have been carry forwarded, so if you want to do a carry forward, so let's assume if the employee has a leave balance of 5, in the next year he would be getting, on the 1st of Jan, he would be getting leave balance of 12. So if you select the option of carry forward, then the leave balance the employee would be getting is 12 plus 5 carry forward, which is 70. Okay, right. So the next option, which is pay first and then carry forward remaining. Okay, so it can be percentage of remaining leave you can select, or you can select fixed number of days. Okay, so let's assume if you select this option, which is like pay first and then carry forward. Okay, so once you select this option, there it would be like, if the balance is more than 10 days, okay, then pay up to 4 days and carry forward remaining 6 days. Okay, so you can select this option. Okay, okay, so let's assume if you want to carry forward only, if you want to pay only 2 days, and you want to carry forward only up to 3 days. Okay, so what happens to the rest of balance? 5 would be getting elapsed. Okay, then the 5 would be getting expired, the remaining days. Okay, so the next option, which is carry forward first and then pay remaining. Okay, so if the balance is more than 10 days, then you would be carry forwarding up to 3 days. First you will carry forward, then you would be paying the remaining days. Okay, so these are the different options while you are doing the year-end processing. Right, so the next option would, which is does carry forward leave expire after certain time. Okay, so let's assume if you have carry forwarded a certain leave balance of 5. Okay, so if you want to expire it after some time, you can do that. So as of now, I say leave get expire after 180 days. So after 6 months, the leaves would be you would be getting expired. Okay, so any leave that has an expiry date, either through previous carry forward or expiry setting. Okay, so under step 2 remains unchanged. Okay, so leave will be expired based on the date that has been already defined during setup or previous year's carry forward. Okay, so any changes that we have, so we also have some leave expiry in the second step, which is for the comp of. So that comp of settings are different, and these settings are different. These settings are the leaves that has been carry forwarded. Okay, so the other setting which we have seen for the expiry, so that are for the comp of. Okay, right. So what happens to the negative balance? Okay, So what do you want to do the negative balance? Let's assume if the employee has a negative balance of -2 or -3. So what happens at the end of the year? Okay. So what happens to the end of the year to the particular leave balance? So if you want to deduct from the salary, you can do that. So if you want to nullify and reset the balance to the zero, you can do that, or carry forward the negative balance to the following year. Okay. So if you select it as carry forward to the negative balance, let's assume your next year leave balance is 12, and if you have carry forwarded the leave balance which is -4 to the next year, the leave balance would be reflected, which would be reflecting on 1st of Jan would be 8, since you have a negative balance of 4 from the previous year. Okay, so I suggest you to go with the nullify and reset to 0. Okay, so since many of the organizations would be following this same process. Okay, so we are done with the setup process, right? Okay, so are we clear on the setup process? Cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much. Right. So as we are clear on the setup process, let's go with the allocation to the employees in a bulk and at an individual level. Okay. So at an individual level, I will just go to that employee's profile. I just went to my profile. So I'll just click on job. So I'll just explain you once again. So I will search for that particular employee. I'll just navigate to that particular employee. So I'll search for that particular employee. So here we have a tab of employee time under job. So there we would be having any settings related to shift, leave or attendance. So here we have the leave plan. So sample leave plan. So we'll say correction of date. So I'll just search. We have standard LP. So my effective would be from the December 1st. So I'll just click on update. Note is mandatory. So here you would be selecting if it is a correction of date or leave plan change. So correction of date would be if you are any changes in the correction like previous year balance, or if you don't want to disturb any such activities, you would be selecting the correction of date. So if there is any change in leave plan, if you don't want to disturb the accrual limit, so you will be selecting the, if you don't want to disturb the previous year's data, you would be selecting on leave plan change. If you are having any correction of date, you would be selecting the effective date. So I say I would be selecting his joining date, so which is March 2019. Right, this is done. So I've been allotted. Right, so I'll just navigate to time, leave. Right, so irrespective of my joining date, I got 12 as my leave balance. So if I would just want to know the leave explanation, like how is my leave calculated, what is my annual quota, what are the restrictions I have for applying leave, restrictions for joining date. So do we have any sandwich policy? So what happens to the leave balance at the end of the year? So I would be able to give all the explanations. So as soon as if I apply for any of the leave type, so for any of the leave, so I would be able to give all over here. Right. So how does an employee apply for leave? So I'll just click on apply leave. So I would be taking how many days of leave I should. So I'll just click on casual leave. Okay, since I'll just try to apply for past data, I'll try to apply for October 1st. Still the system allows, since we have selected it as allow past dated leaves. So I'll say leave request for one leave. I'll just say request. Right, so as soon as the request has been made, it would be shown like this. Leave has been requested. So leave requested on and leave requested by. So if you want to view like who is the approver, right? So I'll just click on approve. So this is since this is an admin login, so I'm able to view and apply, and sorry, view and approve it. So as soon as I click on apply, the leave got applied. Okay, so the balance has been deducted from the employee leave balance. In employees leave balance explanation, I would be able to view one leave got deducted on 1st of December, and my balance is now 11. Okay, right. So how do you allocate leaves in a bulk? Okay, so we just need to navigate to org, dashboard, summary. So here we have the option of import employee job details. Right. So as soon as you download this report, so there would be a column of leave plan. Okay, so in that you can select the particular leave plan which is suitable for this particular employee, so you can allocate. So once you are ready with the data, you can click on upload Excel file, so you would be able to upload the Excel file as well. Okay, so this is how you do in bulk. So I'll explain you the path once again, which is org, dashboard. So in quick links you have this import employee job details. So once you download this Excel template, so you would be able to update the leave plan of employees in bulk, right? Okay, so the one more option what we have is initial adjustments. So at any point of time, if you want to adjust leaves of particular employee, okay, so you navigate to time attend leave plans, and we have initial adjustments. So I'll explain you the path once again. It's time attend, leave plan, and initial adjustments. Okay, so at any point of time, if you want to import the consumed or carryover or available leave plans of particular employees, so you can do that. So what happens is that, let's assume if the employee's leave balance in system is showing it as 9. Okay, so if the employee has consumed previously 2 days of leave and he didn't apply, so if you don't want employee to apply and if you want to import it from the backend, so you can do it from here. So you can select number of leaves that can be taken. Okay, so you can select number of leaves that can be taken. You can just click on this. So you can select the Excel. You can download the Excel, and you can select how many days that you want to deduct. You can select how many days you want to deduct from the employee's profile. You can deduct that. Okay, so I suggest you to take KK team support team's help before doing this activity, because some cases the balance would differ, because sometimes the balance would differ in some cases. So sincerely suggest to take before doing this activity, take help of the KK support. Okay, so we also have few reports regarding the leave. So whenever the employee leave request has been made, you will be able to view what are the different leave requests that has been made. Okay, so if you want to view employee leave, unplanned leave requests, employee leave request of relieved employees, if you want to view employee leave balance of employees, employee with negative leave balance, comp of request. So if you want to view employee leave balance by to the year to reports, you would also view all this report, leave accrued so far. Okay, leave comp of expiry reports. So you have different reports. Okay, soon we are getting report builder as well, that would be also very helpful for you. Okay, so so far if you we also have some dynamic reports as well, which would be helping you understand your team stats, like how many past requests has been made, employee on leave, average leave taken, total leave balance, unplanned leave. So this is a recent feature with what we got, which we got in place, like per day how many employees are applying for leave. So if you want to filter it location wise, you can also do that. Okay, so you can, if you want to select all locations, you can also do that. So what are the different leave tabs that has been taken mostly, so you'll be able to view. Okay, so you would be able to capture all these activities, right? So with this we have come to an end of this session. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions so that we can discuss in the QA session, so that we can go forward. let me know if you have any questions so that we can discuss. So that brings up the end of the session for today on the leave part. So today we have discussed about upon the hi Navita. Unplanned leave is a different leave type. So it's again up to organization to organization whether they want to opt that leave type. So it's like a different leave type. So if the employee if the employee has applied for an unplanned leave, so if it is like an employee, it's like a sudden vacation or a sudden immense of anyone in their family, if the employee want to apply for a leave, so they can use this particular leave type which is unplanned. Thank you. Thanks for your question, Avita. So right. So the summary of the session is like so there are a couple of settings that we have discussed on the leave plan. We have seen how we can configure the leave plan and how do we assign it to a single employee. We have seen uh, how do we assign it in bulk. We have seen a couple of dynamic reports. We have seen from the employee view how does it look for applying a leave. We have seen employee leave explanation. Okay, so these are the following things what we have covered. Okay, so we have a question from Akanksha. Okay, so I have one last question. Please, on notification, can Keka sync with Google calendars that any leave which got approved are automatically added sync with the calendar? No, Akanksha. So sorry, really sorry. So since we are not integrated with any calendars as of now, so we are not yet synced with any Google calendars as of now. So we'll be just sending an email notifications. So we also have like triggers email digest where your particular team would be getting a notification saying that this particular employee is on leave. I hope that works. Oh, great, great, great. Thank you. Anyway, thank you for your question, Akansha. Right. So along with this, I just want to keep before you one more thing as well. So tomorrow KK is conducting a webinar on role of group health insurance in employee well-being. Okay. So let me just brief you on that. So this is a group level insurance for that particular any organization. Okay. So if any organization want to take in insurance for a health group health level, so they can take it up. I think it's a very important insurance as well. Okay, so and quick note as well, did you know that 45% of employees across the globe say that health benefits are important for them? Okay, so I think it's very important to have an health insurance with them. Okay, so I suggest you to register for this very interesting webinar which is on health insurance. So quickly Ms. Vaishnav would be sharing you over the chat. Okay, so you can download that. So and you can click on that link and you can register quickly for tomorrow's webinar as well. Vaishnavi, can you just share? I think yes, she has shared you over the chat. So there's a link called bit.ly/2v. So once you click on that link, you would be able to view. You would be redirected to this particular webinar link. So as we have it today, tomorrow we would be having at the same time. Okay, so it's very important for an group health insurance. So you can just have a session on that. Okay, right. So let me know if you have any questions so that we can answer or we can wind up the session. So if you want to have the link of this session which I've just completed recording of this session, you can just reach on to chat tomorrow morning. Okay, so by tomorrow morning you would be having the link of this particular session we have just covered. So you can just review the settings or just check all the settings what we have made till now. Okay, Right. So if you don't have any question, we can just quickly wind up for today, and we can just connect again on the next Thursday. We'll be meeting you again. No such. Right. We have a question from Sehrar, if I spell correctly. Sorry, Kabir. Right. Is there any conflict between Microsoft Teams and Keka while running together? No such conflict, Kabir, because we are also using Microsoft Teams for our internal communication, and thoroughly we use Keka as well, but we never felt any conflict between those two. It's working fine. Can you just check with your networking team or internal team? That would help more, I believe. Okay. Kavita, we also have a question from Kavita. So earlier we were able to view employees on leave for this month. We are not able to view. Right, you would be able to view Kavita. So once you have in your homepage itself, you should be able to view that. So right on leave today, you would be able to view. So right, actually global admins would be able to view that. If you are not able to view, please drop a mail to support@kk.com. Okay, so or you can reach out to chat support for any immediate support. So let's check it on the support and Kavita. So our team will assist you on that. Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay, then since it's 5:30, so let's just quickly wind up the session. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining in today's session and having right. We have a last question from test. Did I miss his question? How to send warnings to employees from KK? Uh, right. So I don't know your name. It's written test over there. So you would not be able to send any emails, customized emails to employees from KK. So any email that triggers from KK would be automatically auto triggered. So as of now, we don't have any custom emails that need to be triggered to the candidate. So if you have any custom requirement, you can just drop email on that to our team. So I will just check with our product team. That's what Mr. Test. I'm not sure about that feature. So if you can just drop an email to support@kk.com. So what they will be doing, they will be sharing an requirement sheet with you. So with your expectation and all, and how do you want the feature to work. So as soon as you share that requirement sheet, so we'll be sharing the sheet with our product team. So they'll be checking on the bandwidth of for that particular feature. So if it is really feasible, we'll be sharing you the roadmap of that particular feature. Okay. Okay. So leave encashment is not visible on time attend dashboard. Leave encashment is not visible on time attend dashboard. Tanushree, I suggest you to drop an email support@kk.com so that we can just look onto that feature that you feel is missing or that option which is missing. Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll suggest our team to use this option which you have shared, which is canny.io for feature requests. Definitely, Mr. Test. Okay, thank you so much everyone for joining and putting up some very useful queries and requests that you have made. We'll definitely connect back again on the next Thursday with a very interesting webinar session. Okay, till then, stay safe and thank you one and all. Bye.